You're watching Georgia High School Football Wrap-Up, and we're your 2009 Northgate cheerleaders. Go Vikings!
Welcome back to Georgia High School Football Wrap-Up. Before the break, we mentioned that the Georgia High School Football Wrap-Up crew was able to visit Northgate High School recently. We got a chance to talk to some players and head coach Bill Luckey. It was a great year in 2008 for the Vikings. The 6-5 season. They made the playoffs for the first time since 2004.
Tell me a little bit about your school and the support that they're giving you.
Well, this is a great school, number one. It's a great academic school to send your child athlete to play and to be qualified to be able to go to college if they have the capability. But, you know, when you have that, you got to have a commitment from the players. And our players have given us basically a year-round commitment, a good solid 75, 10 through 12. And this year we've had a solid 28 to 30 ninth graders who have been working since February.
How do you rate your players this season?
Well, I think over the off season we have gotten stronger in the weight room. And of course, when you play football, that's one of the main things you got to do. Strength helps you avoid injuries, and it also seems to make you a little more of a physical football player.
Tell me a little bit about your coaching staff.
Well, I've got a great, loyal coaching staff, people that work hard. My two coordinators, Casey Smith, the defensive coordinator, and Glenn Duff is my offensive coordinator. They do a great job. They both have experience. Casey's been here 9 years. I've been here 10 years.
How are the parents supporting you?
The parents are doing well. When I first got the job, one of the things I needed was a touchdown club. And so I organized a touchdown club, and it has really grown and exceeded all my expectations. Now, in fact, if we didn't have the support of the touchdown club helping me buy pads and shoulder pads and helmets and stuff, I would probably have to cut people. And that's the last thing you want to do if you've got a lot of people that want to play, to have to cut. But you know, if you don't have the funds, that's what you have to do. So our touchdown club's 3 years old, and it has done tremendously and bought a lot of things that we need to get our football players right and get them committed.
Can you tell me about your attire for today that we watched you coaching?
Well, this hat, this camouflage hat I bought going into the season. I told the players, I said, these first several weeks is going to be Survivor to Northgate. And those that can survive will be the ones that will be able to play. So we're still in that survival mode, and so the camouflage and survival mode, that will go up until we play the first game.
Yeah, RL, Coach Luckey definitely has a unique fashion sense. Speaking of unique, Toby Slagle, the new quarterback for Northgate, actually played linebacker last year. You usually don't hear about a quarterback going from linebacker to quarterback. It's definitely an interesting situation, and I had a chance to speak with Toby Slagle about just that situation. All right, so how has summer practices and preparations gone for you in Northgate?
I feel like summer practices and preparations have gone very well. Probably the best in my 4 years here at Northgate High School. I feel like we've worked harder, and I feel like we're more focused than ever.
Last season, you were a linebacker for this team. Did you enjoy playing that position?
Linebacker was a lot of fun last year. It was great to just be physical out there and play with my teammates.
Well, now that you are the starting quarterback for the team, what are some of the differences you've noticed between the two positions, other than the obvious?
There's definitely a lot of differences. I feel like since I'm a senior this year playing quarterback, I feel like there's a bigger leadership role here and a lot more command in the offense and definitely a lot more execution.
Okay, between the two positions, what have you enjoyed playing the most, quarterback or linebacker?
I loved playing both positions, but I'd have to say quarterback would be my favorite just for the leadership and the camaraderie involved.
Talk about some of your teammates. Who are some of the players that you think, specifically on offense, that you think may have a big impact in a great season this year?
Well, all 11 guys have made a huge impact on the offense for us to succeed, but a couple of the seniors, Hanson Sachs, my center, and wide receiver Malcolm, and my two wingbacks Peyton and Sterling Usher, they've been working very hard in the weight room and the summer programs, and I have to give them a lot of credit for my success out on the field.
I had the chance to talk to Gordy Duncan, who is their linebacker, a junior I might add.
I think our defense this year is going to be strong. I think all the coaches, Coach Smith, Coach Schmidt-Coffer, Coach Golden, Coach Carnes are going to get us right. Going to make us hard for this upcoming season. We're going to be able to make plays because we'll be in the right positions. We're going to know our team up and down. So I think we'll have a strong defensive year.
What do you foresee this year?
Well, I think this year, you know, as long as we play hard and as long as we know what we're doing, we execute on offense, play with motion on defense, we have a chance to beat every team this year. Every game this schedule this year is going to be tough, and we got to come out with everything we got just to be in the game this year.
Tell me about your defensive coach.
Coach Smith is the defensive coordinator and pretty much knows what's going on all the time. He's a smart man, and he keeps us intense all the time. My coach, my inside linebacker coach, is Coach Golden, and he's really taught me a lot about you know, working hard, finishing plays, running to the ball, and being energetic throughout the practices and the games. He's been a real motivational driving force for me in this offseason and at the start of the season so far.
How do you feel about this school's spirit and being a Viking football player?
I think the student body and you know, Northgate Nation, they rally around us a lot. They do a lot for us. They provide us meals. They come out for every Friday, you know, make a lot of noise for us.
What's the Viking walk like? What does that do to you?
It's electrifying. You know, we go out there, we warm up. You know, they got that music going. You know, gets you jacked, gets you ready to go, and then come back in. You know, finish our game plan, say the prayer. You know, you line up. You start playing that, blowing that horn. We start walking down, the fans get through, and it doesn't hit you till you walk through it. You walk through it, and you feel it's just chaos on all sides of you. And I know what's about to happen. We're about to go out there, and we're about to take care of business.
You're watching Georgia High School Football Wrap-Up.
Are you uncertain about the damage to your roof from the recent hailstorm? Contact Ideal Exteriors to receive expert advice and peace of mind. Relax and let us do the work. Ideal Exteriors. We're from your hometown.
Here's a quick preview of some of the big games next week. First up, Starr's Mill taking on Villa Rica. This is a big Region 5 of 4A matchup. Both teams with something to prove this year. Both teams have been picked to finish just out of playoff contention. For Starr's Mill, they're young, inexperienced, but skilled. They returned 6 starters. Villa Rica, though, is also inexperienced. However, they bring back 11 returning starters. They were a surprise playoff team last year. In another big matchup, it's Griffin versus Spalding in an inter-county rivalry game. Griffin is picked to be a state title contender, whereas Spalding is expected to be a more improved team, maybe having a winning season. We'll see what happens with them. Griffin returning 14 starters this year. Spalding also returning 15 starters. They are in the second season of running the new run-and-shoot offense that was installed last season. Griffin won their game last year 63-13. And lastly, another game to look at. Fayette County takes on Houston County from Region 1 of 5A. Houston County won their matchup last year 31-0. Fayette County is picked to rebound slightly from a horrible 2008 season, 1-9 during the 2008 season. They returned 13 starters. They're picked to have a better season this year. Houston County, though, picked to finish last in Region 1 of 5A. They only returned 3 starters. However, being out of that ultra-tough Region 1 of 5A, you got to consider them a threat. Well, that's going to conclude this edition of Georgia High School Football Wrap-Up.
In the next several weeks, we will be contacting your schools.
If you'd like your school to be featured on Georgia High School Football Wrap-Up, please contact us. This has been Georgia High School Football Wrap-Up.